Okay. So let's see. Doing a little test here. Doing a little test here. Just testing out some software. If you see me live, you could always just join as well. Join in on the conversation. But I am currently just wanting to test this out. This new software. Getting accustomed to Streamlabs. What's up? What's up? What's up, Luminous? What's up? I see you're live from YouTube. My right hand man is not here with me right now. But that's okay. Let me see. All right, let's see. Let me share this with a couple of people, and then we will get this conversation with a couple of people jumping. And then let me turn down my volume. Let's see, who do we have here tonight? Who is live with me tonight? Listen, I'm a night owl. I just wanted to get on here real quick to do a little soft launch for my new podcast that I have with my fiance Koron Pierre, called the Mature Topics Podcast. So this really is just gonna serve as a Elaine Yvette says the answer is hell yes. Let's talk about it. Listen. Oh my God. Listen, I have a couple of questions that I'm gonna be shuffling through um during this live. But yeah, like I just really wanted to get on here tonight just to soft launch this. See what the vibe is like. I know it's late. We will be doing this live at 10:30, like we used to do 2 years ago, 10:30 every Thursday Eastern time. But I'm here just testing out Streamlabs. So, what makes a cheating man weak in the first place? Because like in society as it stands, cheating is a sign of virility. It's a sign of masculinity, right? To have many women is a sign of virtue for men. So I guess like, what's your opinion? What really makes a man weak if he cheats? I want to know. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Let's see. Let's see what we have. You don't have the balls to tell me what's up. That's a fact. That's a fact, Elaine. I think honesty is extremely important when it comes to relationships. And if you have to sneak around, how is that really, owning up to who you are as a man? It's like a little boy, in my opinion, it's like a little boy, hiding from his mama. But maybe I'm biased. I would like to know the opinions of men too. The lady's like, it's not a man, right? That's a fact, though. That's a fact. Let me get this shared, bringing more people into the live. We're getting a couple of shares here. That's cool. All right. Let's see. Hmm. All right. Let me share this in this group. We have a group of 200 members, so let's see who's up. Mature Topics podcast group, to be exact. Like I was saying, I think honesty is extremely important in a relationship, and if you have to sneak around, you ain't a man. That's just my opinion. Is it a sign of weakness? Like, in what ways is it a sign of weakness? And can you rebuild trust after a man cheats on you? Is he trustworthy? If he could lie to a woman, he would lie to anybody. At least that's my perspective. So we had somebody that wrote in our group anonymously saying that she just found out that her mother has been sleeping with her husband. She's devastated and she doesn't know what to do. Like, these are the stories of people, man. It's insane. All right. Let's see what we have over here. All right, so we got 5 people on. Introduce yourself, man. Like, introduce yourselves because I do not know who's live watching me. Okay. Introduce yourself. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. Let me know that you with me. Night owls. Listen, we up. It's 11:37 p.m. I just want to kick it with y'all for a second. And if you're just coming in, make sure to follow me and um, share this post. Share this post, get some more people in the conversation. And while you're at it, please do answer the question: is a cheating man a sign of a weak man? Why or why not? All right, but as I said before, this is more of a test run, more of a soft launch. My right hand man is not with me. I was a little tight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but next week we're gonna come back strong as ever. 10:30 p.m. That's our standard time. Luminous says it is. It is what? It is what, Luminous? Cheating? Cheating is a sign of a weak man? How so? Let me log into the live on my Facebook so I can see who's watching me. Y'all a bunch of stalkers. Y'all a bunch of stalkers. All right. Got you. It's a sign of a weak man. So I got Rain. Why is my sister on this live right now? My girl. My girl. This is what happens when you're friends with your family on Facebook. Hi, Summer. What's up, bud? How you doing? Long time no see. No long time no see. And we're on YouTube as well. So I'm just like going back and forth. All right, I'm gonna actually use this as an opportunity to play with some of the settings. So don't mind me as I switch through the overlays and experiment just a little bit. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna stress test this opportunity right now. That's what I'll do with the live. Hi, Summer. How are you? Why are you still up? Okay, Luminous says he is not living in his truth. That's a fact. That's what Elaine was explaining. Like any man who could sit up there and cheat, on somebody, they're not being truthful to themselves. They're not being authentic to themselves. Um, and the life that they really want to live. That's facts. Okay. What you think, bud? If a man cheats, is he weak? What are your thoughts on that? What about the women cheating too part? What about it? Wait, hold up. Hmm, that's strange. Getting violations already. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Houston, we got a problem. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I see. Oh, it was okay. It was a comment that was made. No, okay, so it was a comment that was made that was taken down. There are no violations for us. Side, Koron, don't panic. There's no violations for us. I thought that was the case, but no. Um, it's just a comment that was made in our group that was deemed violent. So that particular post was taken down. But we Gucci. We Gucci. I was about to say, you know what? We'll save this concept, this podcast concept for another platform. Maybe just YouTube. I was about to say that just now. All right. See. Hey, Chris. How are you, girl? I'm here just stress testing at this particular point in time. Streamlabs, I'm just kind of, getting used to this whole platform. And I'm using this live as an opportunity because my right hand man is not with me right now. It's all right though. This is actually a soft launch of a podcast concept that we're working on that we'll be bringing to the table every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we talk about different issues regarding relationships, just not even issues, but just debatable topics in the realm of relationships, love, friendships, and social social news. My gosh, I forgot to sign up. No, 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 it's no problem. I'm glad that you're here with us. Feel free to weigh in with your opinion as I stress test this software. So the question of the night, well, the first question is a cheating man a sign of a weak man? Are you really? Really? You're a relationship coach? That is what's up. We should bring you on the panel then. We should bring you on the panel then to have conversations with us. I would love to get your perspective on this particular topic. Do you think that a cheating man is a sign of a weak man? Okay. My sister is still on this live. I cannot. I can't with you, Summer. I really can't. She wants to be down with the late night crew. All right. And I have another question for you guys too. I'm working on that right now. Let's see what we have. Sorry, it took me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to read your comment. All right, so Chris says, no, I don't. I think that we all are only human trying to navigate the complexities of life. I think that people who cheat have unresolved attachment issues. For full transparency, I haven't launched my coaching business yet. I got certified into brand. I'm building my. That's what's up. I'm proud of you, but thank you so much for thank you so much for like sharing that insight. Like in your perspective on um dishonest men. It was such a refreshing and light perspective. I love it. Way more optimistic than I would tend to lean into. I love that you're launching this. So excited for everything you're doing. What do you think? Do you think it's a sign of a weak man? Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I honestly do believe that there is some type of weakness within a man who cannot be his most authentic self, right? And I guess like my own values and what I find attractive in a man is one who is assured of himself and also knows what he wants out of life and is not willing to settle, right? For what he doesn't want. Complacency is really like a turn off for me. So with that with that being said, any person, and it doesn't even have to be just a man, like any person who is dishonest, is not transparent, has the potential to betray me. I think cheating is like the ultimate form of betrayal, right? Of trust, of safety, of security, all of that. And so for me, it's more or less like, if you were willing to hide behind my back, like, I'm a mom and you're a little boy who got caught from doing something that you knew you were not supposed to do, I'm going to look at you like a weakling. That's just me. I find it to be um the 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 most severe sign really of ineptitude. So I'm sorry, like I just have no tolerance, nor do I have understanding for it. I mean, from a theoretical perspective, I guess I could understand. Okay, well, you cheated because you probably felt like you weren't, satisfied with your woman, or you cheated because you weren't, fully transparent with not wanting to settle down. You weren't honest. Um, so I guess I understand like the mechanics of why somebody will cheat, but it will never be justified to me. And like, I guess my perspective is that a man who, you know, shows strength, like personal fortitude, and is assured of himself and is confident in himself is one who would actually just come up front and tell me like out the gate, listen, like I'm not trying to settle down. I'm not trying to, have a long-term relationship that is monogamous. I want to keep my options open. Much respect to somebody like that. You know what I mean? Much respect to someone like that. So we have Melanated G. What's up? What's up? Introduce yourself.
Launchy, it's Sherry.
Hi.
Hey, I thought I would be asleep by now, but I'm not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right, girl. Listen, like we the late night crew.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So good to hear from you, girl. Like it's
You
been
too.
it's been forever.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Look at you, baby mama.
Listen, I can't.
Yeah.
A full-fledged mother. What?
Yes. I love that for you. How is it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Like I'm really enjoying motherhood. It's a lot, and my son is a Velcro baby.
Ah,
And so it's just like sometimes it's suffocating. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie to you, girl. Like
yes. No,
this
I get
this
it.
motherhood journey is no joke, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm in love with my son. I gotta send you pictures. I When you
Yes.
hit me up on Instagram, I was like, what?
Ah.
Like it was so serendipitous of a time where I wasn't a mom yet. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it just brought back so many memories of us just like vibing on the podcast, and
Yeah.
like then mother like then I became a mother, and it was like I was just in this vortex. I've just been in this vortex, and then now finally, we're starting to kind of settle down, and now we're here, and now you're
Hello.
here. I'm
That's
happy. I'm happy
awesome.
to hear from you. What's going
Yes.
on your side of things?
Well, I just got fired today.
Oh my God. Okay, so listen, Sherry.
No, but it's good. It's good. It's good because it's like, hey, there's a bunch of signs, and then also, um, there's things that I need to do about this termination. Neither here
Okay,
nor there. I'm excited because there's other stuff that I was already in process doing.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm just like on a whole, on a journey.
New journey, new trajectory, new
Yeah,
opportunities.
definitely. Yeah.
When one door closes, what? Another door opens.
A few others. Okay.
Oh, I love it. I'm here for it. So we
Yes.
here, we here to say, well, okay, so check this. So we're doing it on YouTube. So of course, like we're returning with Mature Topics Podcast on YouTube, but we have extended it to my Facebook profile. So we're gonna be producing content on Facebook, right?
Yes.
And the audience is a little larger. There's about 11,000 followers, so
Oh,
the
nice.
exposure is just a little bit more. I do want to bring like fresh content to my page that incites conversations, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and so Karan and I kind of thought about it, and we were like, you know what, maybe we can do some streaming on your Launch Pro profile on Facebook, and just get the conversations going with your following. And so this is where we are. So we're streaming on both platforms, YouTube, but
Hmm.
then also syndicating it on Facebook.
Okay.
Week after week we'll be here. So I'm definitely excited. For tonight we have a realm of topics. I'm just waiting for Karan to chime in. I don't have him with me just yet, but he will be chiming in soon.
What were you guys talking
um
about? I'm seeing some chats.
So I was just pretty much just starting out stress testing this software because I'm getting used to Streamlabs. And it's very techy. Like there's just so many buttons, and Karan is like, listen, it's not that difficult. But
Yeah.
but I am here just I'm figuring it out while having light conversations about
Hmm.
this topic. So the first question is a cheating man a sign of a weak man? So I was actually reading Chris Kohler, like she, is an acquaintance of mine in this digital space. And she weighed in and she's like, yo, I'm a relationship coach. And so she gave her opinion. Um, and her perspective was just so beautiful and so optimistic inclined. And I'm like, girl, like so what she said was she does not think that a cheating man is a sign of a weak man. She does
Gotcha.
not think that. She says, I think that we all are only human trying to navigate the complexities of life. I think
Yes.
that people who cheat have unresolved attachment issues for and then, she gets into like her coaching business background.
Hmm. Definitely. And I understand that. Hey, Travis here. What's going on? Oh, the gang meets up.
Hey, Trav. Listen, you need to come in. Come in, come in, come in. You don't have to show your face, but come in.
Yes.
Using the streaming link that I sent to you. The old gang. I was trying to
Yes,
get Kimi
right?
on, but she was tired. So, and I understood it. I was like, all right, girl, like I totally get
Amy. Oh my God, I can't wait.
it.
But
Yes.
I agree with was it Chris Kohler?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that um everything I think a lot of things are rooted in childhood. So for any reason for you like how you show up comes from there, whether it's trauma or that you are, you've developed in a good way, that
Yeah.
it comes from there. So a cheating man, I don't think is a sign of a weak man per
Yeah.
se. It's
Hmm.
just a characteristic based off of something that is uh, stemming from some void that was not filled in a younger
Mm.
version of yourself.
Mm.
So
Wow, that's interesting. Chris, she actually expanded on that and she said, I hear you. There was a lot of cheating and dysfunction in my childhood. I can totally understand where you're coming from. She says, no, it's so valid. It's very different when you're the one being cheated on. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
no, yes, I love open and honest communication. So suffocating and moderating.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Trav, what's up?
Oh wow, she did.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, like, I guess I feel where you're coming from. Like I feel where you're coming from.
Hmm.
Regarding like rooted issues in childhood. Um at the same time though, I think that we honestly just have to like as an adult, and I can't even say that because that's idealistic. I mean, we're all kind of,
Because like then
well,
you got to define adult.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. And I didn't want to do that, you
yeah.
know? But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, because what I was going to say was that, we kind of have to be responsible for our own healing process. You know what I mean?
And that
And
takes a huge realization. And hopefully you have a lot of people who are, or a lot of mirrors
exactly,
around you who know
exactly,
how to be a mirror.
right.
Yeah,
That's important.
very. Because,
You
there's some
know,
people who, don't know how and will let you fall all over yourself.
Mhm. Mhm. That's a
The
fact.
biggest issue is people don't know. They don't realize the issue from the exactly.
From the
Don't.
get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Hold on. I have another question coming up, which is like super linked to what we're talking about, but transitions it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Let me share that. Because what I'm doing now is instead of like just doing the hold on. No, I totally messed that up.
I mean, to Chris's point, yeah, but I don't. I think sometimes they'll still be on a loop, and even when they destroy relationships, they still need to learn because they're so familiar with the broken part that they don't even stretch to realize that there's happiness on the other side because it's unfamiliar.
Mm.
It's very, very hard to
I
relate
did
to.
not think it's for that.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest issue is mental. That's a fact. Mother wounds, father wounds. That's a fact. And unfortunately, they don't learn until they've destroyed relationships. Oh, yeah, I 100% think everyone is in charge of their own healing, and some people have no interest. Right. So it is about detecting. How do you like, as a woman, kind of protect yourself from dealing with a man who has unresolved issues? Like, are there any blaring signs out the gate?
I think
Any red
before.
flags?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, for that is before you even look out to other people. It's self work. Like, make sure your houses are in order
Mm-hmm.
because then you'll be able to better navigate and see.
Mm.
Those who
Right.
have eyes, let them see. Those who have ears, let them hear.
Here. Right.
All of that stuff matters. Like, and then, this person that is if they're cheating, and you can see what that is. The If you don't have a receptor to receiving stuff, then it's not even on your vibration.
Mm.
So, I mean, I set boundaries because of that. Like, I've learned some lessons because of that, but then there's some that if my houses are not in order,
Yeah.
then I'm resonating a little bit lower than I want to. And
Mm-hmm.
that will cause you to learn the hard way, and you're not setting the boundaries that you need to. But naturally, when we walk into a space, our intuition's already talking to us. So the boundaries are already there for you to, take hold of. But if you don't, that's you.
Mm.
As soon as something happens, like, you're getting all these signals coming to your body that's saying, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the way that felt. Listen
Yeah.
to your stomach. And the funny thing about that is too, like, your stomach is your Virgo. And
Oh
that's
wow.
the analytical part of you that gets rid of garbage to digest out or keeps the nutrients to feed the body.
Mm-hmm.
Make a decision in 5 seconds. If you can't make a decision, then let it go before you get cancer.
Wow, Sherry.
For real.
I never thought about it like that.
Yes. Seriously. I'm a
Chris
stomach
says use the
person.
gift of fear. Yeah, continue.
Yes. Yes. Fe- Fear is just you haven't went there. You haven't went there all the way.
Right.
You don't even know. Just get through it. That's what it is. That keeping it in your stomach, that's the beginning of fear. And it's just gonna build
Mm.
up. Shit that shit out.
Yo, I'm done.
For real. I'm so serious. What? I didn't like how you talk to me, and I'm going to say it and get it out. Now, what what you give me back can be a projection of yourself, or
Yeah.
that you're trying to communicate with me for a level of understanding. I can do something with that. Now, when you're trying to be unclear, I can see that shit.
Right.
Speak clearly. Use your
Right.
Gemini. Like,
Oh
what?
wow. I
Yeah.
love the terminology. Chris says, yes, it's just about trusting your intuition, trusting that gut feeling.
That's easier said than done
And
a lot of
done.
the time
Yeah.
because people don't understand what that is.
Right.
Right? So, like, what I'm saying when it comes to the stomach part, I always ask myself two questions. And if I get a no, then all right, let's move forward.
Mm.
Am I doing evil to myself?
Uh-huh.
Right? Or am I accepting evil unto myself? And then I project that onto the world also. Am I doing evil to others or am I accepting evil from others to me?
Mm.
And if the answer is no, all right, let's move forward. I can be clear. I can take the nutrients and shit out the trash.
Uh-huh.
And if the answer is yes and I'm stuck, I need to ask those questions to break it down because it may be a complex sugar.
Mm.
I need to just get it out. And that's what intuition is. It leads you to answering those questions because it's always going to ask you, your thoughts are not your thoughts.
Right.
Always going to face you. It's always, it's you does not want to ask the questions yourself, even though the writing is already on the wall.
Mm. So what are some questions that, like when dating someone, because again, we're on the topic of, you know, um, identifying if a man who cheats is weak, but then kind of like extending beyond that to say, okay, like how do we actually avoid men who
How
have the potential to cheat, knowing no with the idea and understanding that they probably don't even have self-awareness to be honest
probably don't.
about their own intentions and be honest about their own desires
Oh,
for
see, that's a very good word that you said, desires, because
Mhm.
I'm not worried about any of that. I only start with the root chakra, like what I desire.
Mm, you
What?
talking there's like this difference, Shari, in some
Yeah,
of
I
the
done learned
things
a
that
lot
you're
since the
saying.
last time you was on here. You know?
Oh wow. Yeah, I see the growth though.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing a difference, like you are definitely emanating in a different way.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love it. I
On
love
a journey,
it.
man. I'm telling you.
I
But
see. Yeah, but continue.
that guy, I'm asking what I need to know. I'm gonna see already. Like, hey, I'm picking up your body language, I'm picking up everything, but for real, it's really what I desire. I'm
Right.
operating for me. And if you fit, that's cool.
Mm.
You can choose to, want to be a part of this ride or not. I can choose that also.
Mhm.
I ain't choosing that.
Trav says 2024. Sherry, I'm here for it.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, Brad. Brad has a question. So two parts. Is a cheating man weak? Is he married or no? Okay. So all right. So the first question, Brad, was is a cheating man a sign of a weak man? So what's your perspective on that?
Wait, is a cheating man what?
A sign of a weak man. So I'm
Oh,
telling
oh.
Brad the original question because he's like, oh, there's two parts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second question is, would I take my spouse back after cheating? Do I get to know how long we've been married? Okay, just let us know like what your perspective is and put your own like storyline to it.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
But I do want to ask you that question, Sherry. Like, would you take your spouse back after cheating on you?
Would I take my spouse back after cheating on me? No,
Mm-hmm.
no. I there's a that's a tiered question because a lot of space has to pass and a lot of things, but that's not what I desire. I do not desire someone to forsake my trust, for me to undo myself. Like when I think about things, I'm on a vibration that if you cause me to trip, I'm not going back down.
Mm,
I already
okay.
know what it is down there and I know the energy it took me to get to where I am.
Right.
So that's your loss.
I totally resonate with that.
Yeah.
I totally resonate with that. Brad says, would I take a cheating spouse back? I'm at a point in my life where I believe in showing someone what God's mercy looks like. Mm, mm.
Wait, I'm at a
Can
point.
you expand on that, please? Because I could take that several ways. So what do you mean by that? God's mercy in terms of like forgiveness. So you are at a point in your life where you believe in showing someone the capability to forgive them if they were to cheat on you. Is that what that means?
Hmm.
Let me know. The answer to this question is for me, it's an absolute no. I'm not taking back any
Yeah. Well, he did say in
hell
the
no.
comment before that if he was married, that they I wouldn't consider him a weak man. I've been there. I'm healing. I'm
So he
far.
says, I've been there. I'm human. I'm far from perfect. Yes, forgiving someone is two parts. It's one for me and two for show them what God's mercy looks like. So you would take a woman back if she cheated on you, Brad. Is that what I'm understanding? Karan is trying to tap in now.
Okay. If
Um,
it's a wedding vow, that's part of them, ain't it? Mm, you got a point there. If
hold on, let me see.
a woman
Oh
married,
yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, see this interface, man. I swear.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Brad is taken aback.
all right. So we're gonna talk about this for a second because let me read Brad's comments because you are this is a different perspective for real.
Hey, am I on?
Yes, you are.
How do I sound? Do I sound
Hey,
clear?
Karan. Yes, you do sound clear, boo.
Hey, Sherry, how's it going?
Hey, Koron, good. How are you?
I'm all right. I just had a crazy day, a lot going on.
Yeah,
Double booked everything, and
it's
I
all
had to
right.
take care of what I had to
You're
take
here.
care of. But
You're here now, babe.
Yep.
I'm here now. I'm on my way to the crib.
That's what's up.
Uh, Good topic. Good time. I was like listening a little bit on YouTube a little bit,
Mhm.
and so you guys are still on the first topic.
So, so we've moved from the first topic, which was, um, is a cheating man a sign of a weak man? What are your views on that?
I'm gonna say. I mean, it depends on what you mean by weak,
Hmm.
but I will say that you know I just feel like a man should live in his truth, or just people in general, not even just men. So
Hmm.
anytime someone chooses to operate outside of that, and you choose to, at least I consider it reducing yourself to like a teenage behavior where you're sneaking out, right? I think that there is some insecurity there,
Hmm.
because if you listen, I'm not. I'm also not. Even though I say I take the title, I'm King monogamy, right? I don't believe everyone is supposed to be monogamous. I think that you could be monogamous or promiscuous. I think that's just a natural human state.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, stay in your lane. If you're going to be monogamous, be monogamous. If you're going to be promiscuous, then stay in the promiscuous lane. If things change in your relationship where you find yourself open, because and men like to make this excuse, oh, I was weak, I'm not human, I'm just human, and all these things. And yes, you have these attractions and hormones, like we talked about hormones on the last season of this podcast, right? But at the
Hmm.
same time, it's a process that you have to go through. A woman just doesn't wind up in your bed, right? You put the energy into making those situations come true, right? And so my thing is that if you find yourself in a circumstance where you want to be promiscuous, right, or you have those feelings, I think that you should either you should get you definitely should seek some sort of counsel. um I don't think that you just resort to stepping outside of your marriage just because those desires may be there, right? I think that at some point you're going to have to decide what do you want for yourself. But the hiding and the sneaking part, that's the part I just, I I just feel like, and also in 2024, I do feel like with all this surveillance and GPS tracking and it just doesn't make any sense to me in 20, you know what I'm saying? Like in 1990, in 1980,
Mhm.
you would be able to get away with those things because you didn't have the technology and the accessibility that you have now. So I'm not sure about the weak part. I just think that people they need to consider living in their truth instead of sheltering their true intentions. A lot of times people get into monogamous relationships because it could be some sort of financial gain or this person is a high valued person, whether it be they have some sort of status or this person is taking care of them. So a lot of times people are getting together for the wrong reasons anyway.
Mhm.
So I think all of that starts at the core of the relationship and why are you guys together? So
Mm.
just to touch on that point, I didn't get it. I know I'm kind of late. And
Nah,
what
you
was the
dropped
second
the
point you?
science, man.
Oh yeah, I tried. I tried. Oh, are you letting people on the panel, or you just keeping it with just us three or whoever else you gave the link to?
Yeah, yeah, that's. I mean, if anybody wants to come on the panel, just DM me and I'll send you the link. You don't have to
So
show
if
your
you're on
face.
Facebook, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely DM. I'm not sure about YouTube.
yeah, with
I'm not.
YouTube, it's a little different. You're gonna have to DM me, man. Like,
Yeah,
find me on
YouTube. There was.
if you are listening in on YouTube. Find me on Facebook. Launch Pro is my name on Facebook, and you can send me a DM and I'll shoot you the link. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we could do it like that, babe. For now. Um,
Okay.
Brad says a lot of people get it confused with dating. Chris Kohler says vintage cheating was easier.
That's a fact, Chris.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Like, I mean, people had whole families across town,
I was just
and
thinking that.
yeah, and the only way you would know that is if you happen to go to the same church. But you could literally get away with that stuff. In 2024, to me, cheating is just it just doesn't make any sense. Especially, and we talked about this on the last season of Mature Topics podcast. We talked about polyamory, right? You have a lot
Right.
more people that are open to less traditional style relationships. So I think those people who are promiscuous and you feel like, well, it could be I'm not here to challenge people, religions and things that's fine.
Mhm.
But at the same time, if you know that you just can't be with one person, I don't think you should limit yourself to being with one person because
Mhm.
all that's going to lead to is a lot of resentment, and then it could open the doors to a future affair. But you have a lot of people trying to fit in certain boxes that they don't belong into,
Mm.
and they should
Mm.
consider, venturing outward, and maybe you have to make some change in your life. And
Mhm.
you never know. Maybe your spouse might be on board with some sort of, you know, alternative. But I think the cheating is like just, something that we should try to refrain from as much as possible. But at the end of the day, it is a human expression. I just don't like the what comes with it in terms of how deceptive you are, and you claim you love this person, but I mean, you're just tearing this person apart.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
I just think in 2024, you could, it's not as taboo like it was in the 80s and the
Right. I would.
70s, you
Right.
know, where, there were certain values that in our society where it's like, if you were to do those things, people will look down upon you. But nowadays, people got all types of crazy relationships, and if it works for them, it works for them. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but I just don't think everybody also has to be monogamous too. I think you have better monogamous relationships if less people got into monogamous relationships, especially if that's not what they want. You know,
Mhm.
and but you are getting that with the millennials. They're marrying less. They're choosing to be single. I mean, you're seeing a lot of these things happen in our society. So, to those people who are just living, you know, not living in their truth, I mean, hey, there's always an opportunity for you to make that change.
Right.
Mhm.
Chris says everything goes back to healthy communication for real. Is this Travis speaking? No, this is my fiance, Chris. Koron Pierre.
Yeah, Koron Pierre, the
Dropping the
relationship guy.
sauce. The relationship guy.
You know, you know the funny thing about what we're talking
Yeah.
about when it even comes to like, why are people themselves afraid of, like Chris is saying, healthy communicating? Like you want to hide. Like
Mm,
you're not trying to be a good communicator yourself, even to the point
right.
that you would cause cheating or you are doing the cheating yourself. That's so interesting too,
The
Mm.
because
fear
it's
of
like,
communication.
yes.
That's a
Mhm.
fact. You know, some people I feel don't even have the words. They're not even in touch with themselves to verbalize how they feel, you know?
Yeah.
And that can be linked to just childhood upbringing as well. Like were they in a
Yeah.
household, were they raised in a family where, you know, everyone had an opportunity to vocalize how they felt?
Right.
Mm.
Those skill sets really are fostered at a young age during our formative years. So even me, like just as a mother, I want to make sure that there is open communication with my son and that I'm teaching him, you know, the art of communication. Even, like even within Karan and I's relationship, you know, communication is just so central. And it's
I
something
know.
that we put foremostly in our dynamic.
Right.
Hmm.
That's wonderful. You know what's so crazy? So like lately I've been studying more like astrology and all of these things. I
Really,
don't
I listen. I didn't want to say it.
yeah. It's so true. But it's really helped me like with like getting in order and uh you know, I was studying like the laws of Maya and Thoth and Seishai, all of these
Hmm.
different things, and just like a lot of stuff. But
Hmm.
I was going through like the seasons. You know, every season is like 3 months long. And I'm like, yo, what does this have to do with this? Right. So I'm looking at the first three, and all of the first three is about like the lower part of your body, like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Right.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, oh shoot, the topic that we're talking about as far as communicating has everything to do with the next three, which is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, right? So Aries is the throat chakra, like to support yourself, right?
Hmm.
Then we're also talking about um, Gemini. Gemini is your the headspace, and this is to help you to think for yourself. And what's the part in the middle? So sorry, I forget right
That's
now.
that's
But anyhow,
interesting. Hmm.
thinking for yourself and being able to think and use your voice to communicate these thoughts, or you know, with everything. And then the very next one is Cancer, which is the chest of feeling, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, this is where people get choked up the most. Why too? Like when I'm talking to someone, I expect you to be clear in communicating your thoughts. Lots of people take you on a freaking Ferris wheel. And I'm
Hmm.
like, what the hell are you trying to say? Like,
Hmm.
I don't like confusion. And the fact that you're trying to confuse me is get away from me.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
like, just leave. Like, because, you know,
Right.
you're not even authentic with yourself.
Right.
That is the part. When you want to start talking about cheating or being a hiding from yourself that you don't even see yourself, you're inauthentic with yourself.
Hmm.
And you expect me to hold you at the standard of being authentic. No.
Mm.
That's a sin against yourself and me. Why would I do that to you?
Right.
Why would I do it to myself? That's the part where I think a lot of people need to come into a realization. Really be a good mirror so that you can help this person see they're being inauthentic with themselves. Ask them and say the right things so that they can see themselves. I say a lot of times verbatim the thing that comes out of someone else's mouth. Did you hear what you
Girl,
just
you
said?
and I both.
Yeah.
And the denial when you repeat it back, you're like, I didn't say that. Yes, you did.
Hello. It's exactly what this is exactly what just came out your mouth.
Mouth. Yep. Yep.
And you want me to go down this road with you?
Right.
No. That's the major part. So even when
Notorious.
we
Sorry,
go
not
ahead.
to cut you off. Notorious
Mhm.
B, he's saying something like really crucial here. He says, yes, communication is an art, lots of practice involved. Speaking with clarity is one of the four agreements. Be
Mm.
impeccable with your word. That is a freaking
Yes.
fact.
Yes.
Salute to the YouTube, the people that's on YouTube. Salute to them. Thanks for checking us out. Mature Topics podcast. We're gonna be live every Thursday. We bringing it back.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely salute you guys on YouTube. And also, but then probably the next show we'll have it set up so because we want you guys to also join the panel and weigh in. As you can see, Sherry, she's joining in. She's dropping some jewels on us tonight. So we're gonna definitely make it so all you guys can come on the panel. But I hear what you're saying, Sherry. Definitely had a lot of strong points
Facts.
in what you were saying.
What's the
And
other agreements?
mhm.
Notorious B. What's the other agreements?
Oh
And
no,
I
I
want to
can't even
and
read
I
the
want to
comments because I'm
continue.
driving. But go
No,
ahead.
it's okay, babe. I got it. I also want to kind of unpack what Notorious B said earlier in the conversation regarding the question, would you take your spouse back after cheating on you? He was beginning to, unpack that, and I was so interested in hearing his views because they were really they were different. They were different. Let me scroll up and pull it up for you guys. Okay, so this is what he says. Would I take a cheating spouse back? I'm at a point in my life where I believe in showing someone what God's mercy looks like. I've been there. I'm human. I'm far from perfect. Yes, forgiving someone is two parts. It's one for me and two to show them what God's mercy looks like. If I took a wedding vow, that's part of it, ain't it?
Yeah, can I speak on that? I agree with what Notorious B is saying. Because and here's why. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but I do feel like because it seems like he's making it like a genderless statement. A lot of times it's the men that cheat on the woman, and it's like there's a lot of pressure on the woman to take back the men. But if a woman was to cheat, right, she don't get the same grace. She's a hoe, she's this, she's that. And I'm not saying that men don't take women back. I'm just saying the outlook on the matter, of course, based on our social standings and social standards, right, is just different. And so my logic is, well, if you're going to take the woman back, if you're going to take the man back, then take the woman back too. So and he is right. I mean, you get married, you have vows, or I'm not sure if is it a man or a woman. I'm sorry, I don't want to put that on her, but um,
It's a man.
the, it's a man. Okay, so what he's saying is correct in terms of if you have a relationship and you do claim you love each other, and the person and we said this before, if the person is genuine in their apology and they can truly atone for that action, then go for it. I'm just telling you, for me personally, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? If a woman were to cheat on me, I'm not taking her back. Just like I would expect the same in reverse, because you know, well, one, me personally, y'all, a lot of you guys who listen to the pod know what my standard is already. You can't take the title King Monogamy and then be somebody that violates that. So
Right.
uh, I'm putting that strict standards on myself that I expect for my spouse. But for people who may not have those standards, or they might not even thought of it that hard, maybe they have room for grace in their relationship. What do you guys think?
Uh, Launch, you gonna go?
So I answered the question prior to, but I will just like reiterate for me, it's a dead no. Like I would never take a spouse back if he was to cheat on me. It's just for me, it's loyalty. Like I'm really big on loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
And betrayal is just something that I don't have the heart to withstand. I would never trust someone again if you know if they were to step out of my relationship, of our relationship. I think that a relationship is one in which you can be safe, you can be secure, you can be vulnerable within that microcosm, right? That bubble that you guys have crafted. And for me, it's just the betrayal aspect the looking at you like you're an enemy. I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah.
In a world where there's STDs and you gonna step out, and
Yeah.
put my life at risk. It's a hell no.
Well, yeah, I mean, and to that point, like earlier, I was answering the question, but remember, I said, it would cause a lot of time for something like that to pass because, like, right now, as it is in my life, I am walking away from being an empath, and not that I'm walking to becoming a narcissist because those are the polar opposites, but I'm seeking a balance for myself. But because I've been so much more on the empathetic side, which is like when I remember I told you guys about accepting evil or doing evil, accepting evil to yourself and issuing none back, which that is the definition of empath, is not good, but neither is it to offer evil and then receive none back, which is a narcissist. And so the balance of that is that, okay, now's not a good time for me in my life at where I am right now to receive you back again because you need to grow. You need to stretch. You need to vibrate a little bit higher so that you can reach your balance. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't say never. I mean, there's always going to be some space being held for, grace that you can rise above it. But I'm not going back there. I'm not going back to being an empath. I'm not going to seek to be a narcissist in this regard. So it isn't a case of never for me. It's just how much have you grown and can I see it?
Mhm. Wow.
That's a good point. And I think that's why you need to find someone that has the similar core values to you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Um, you have a lot of people that are out here trying to make people like them because something might have brought you two together, but this is why I feel like the dating phase is so important because you get to learn more about each other. And when you start to see that things are just not right, you tend to just overlook it and be like, oh, it's okay. But there may be some compatibility issues that you're ignoring. Because, like I said, for me and Launch, we have a lot of the same core values. And
Yeah.
even still, like when we first met each other, there were some differences that were there, but we grew in the same direction.
Right.
So growing, how you grow with your partner is another thing. That's a whole nother story because that's what happens too with a lot of these affairs is you kind of grow apart.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you just got to really find that person that has your similar core values. Like, and if you see any sign of promiscuity, like if you're looking for a monogamous relationship and this person, when you meet them, it has multiple people they're dealing with.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that no one's going to have a situation, but like if this person has, you know, you find this person to just be like kind of entertaining a lot of people, that might be a sign of something. Since we're talking about just cheating and
Oh yeah.
entertaining people, like they got a lot of options.
Yeah.
So, the more options you have, the greater chance you are to cheat. I
Uh,
just say.
yeah.
Shari don't agree.
Oh well, look, I'm not saying that you're going to cheat. don't get that twisted. I'm not saying that that means you're going to cheat. What I'm saying is people. All right, so the reason why women are cheating more is because they got as many options as men do today. They got the same jobs men got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same temptations or same circumstances that men have. So that's
Mhm.
why when you look at all of the polls or the surveys, that you see that men and women are kind of neck and neck when it comes to infidelity. So I'm not saying just because a person has options they're going to cheat. What I'm saying is, if you meet somebody and they show signs of promiscuity, and then they cheat on you in your relationship, I would say that there was something there that you probably didn't catch. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Right.
that's a little different.
I'm
Okay.
not trying to make a correlation. I
Okay.
don't want to do that.
Okay. I'm about to say then that got a lot to do with dim and the light thing, because like just because I got a lot of options, like, that
Right.
don't necessarily mean that. But
Right, yeah, yeah, of course, of course, of course.
Yeah. You know. And oh, I just wanted to say really quickly, thank you to Notorious for sharing these books and titles and everything. Um, who? What?
Let me see. Let me see if I can read some of these comments here. Okay.
I can't see the chat anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
You can't
It's
see what?
weird. The chat, it just disappeared. Right? Right, Sherry?
Yeah.
I still got it. I
It's
can't
actually
look
out
at
of
it, but I
order. So it said Trav was the last person to say something that says I disagree with that too. But that's when he was saying the comment about
Lost the chat
so
for a second. I hate
mhm.
FB chat. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
YouTube chat is weird.
send Trav the link. Send Trav the link.
No, I did, but he's playing the game, but he's listening in. So he
Oh,
said
okay.
last that he disagrees with what you had said, but you clarified it.
Yeah.
You clarified it. So what I do want to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
next.
I'm sorry. I was leading you guys down the wrong path. I'm just driving in this New York traffic at
No,
night.
it's
It's kind of
okay.
annoying.
All right.
But
So
yeah,
so the next question that I have is, men, would you allow your women to cheat?
that's what we were just talking about, right? No.
No. No,
He said,
we were
would you
talking about
allow it?
would you take a spouse back after cheating? But what we were talking about was men. What we're asking is, would you allow your women to cheat?
But then how do you the word
How do
allow
you
and cheat is
allow,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
Kind of
are you
weird.
saying okay? Are you trying to say like, are they open to open relationships?
I guess.
Because if you're allowing them to cheat, that means
Right
you
now,
acknowledge
He
it.
said, hell no. I said no, no.
well, Trav took it at face value and said, "Hell no."
Yeah, he said like sharing.
Allow
Wow.
sounds like sharing. Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah. Allow
All
definitely
right,
feels
so
like
hold up.
sharing.
I got a better question. So to all the promiscuous men that's listening to this, I know none of y'all going to probably sign up for that title, but if you are listening to this stream, or if you just want to be open and still answer the question, right? Would you allow your woman to have partners outside of the relationship too? Because a lot of these guys that say, "Oh yeah, my relationship is open," it's kind of one sided. It's
Hmm.
like they can
Uh-huh.
go see woman, but the woman is supposed to just either be into woman too, or she's not allowed to see other men. So how are some of you guys that want that? Are you guys willing to let your woman do what she do too? Because if you think your woman, if you think that you're going to have the desires and the wants and all that stuff, and she's not, you got another thing coming. That's why you got to be careful with opening that Pandora's box. I've
Right.
seen a lot of people do it, and
Yeah.
then it's going to backfire. But yeah, I think that
Build
should
the
be the question.
relationship. Hmm.
I met a
And
handful of men that were actually comfortable with it. But go ahead, Sherry.
now, I was saying maybe to add clarity onto what I was speaking on as far as evil and narcissist and all of that other stuff is
Hmm.
that terminology that we say, oh, he want to have his cake and eat it too. That's a evil, right? Because it's making that woman feel beside herself
Hmm.
instead of inside of herself whole.
Hmm.
And so her accepting it and then accepting it again and accepting it again is making her an empath, that person that
Hmm.
just keeps crying and becoming so lost in victimization. She
Yes.
doesn't even choose herself. She chooses you over herself. Why would you want that?
Hmm.
I mean, me personally, I don't even find that attractive, especially if you're in an open relationship. It should be that the other party, the woman, is aware.
Right.
Right, right.
That's no, I'm not walking into that. I'm not going to contribute to someone else. I'm not doing that. Like, it just don't feel right. It isn't right. And
Hmm.
I don't see the clarity there.
But
So
yeah, but
Rag
that's what it
says,
is.
I
That's what. Go
always
ahead, go
got
ahead,
to answer as hashtag me now and hashtag me 10 years ago. So he says 10 years ago, if we wasn't dating or married, I wouldn't care. Me now? I'd only be down for sharing if the terms were fair. Please
Okay.
elaborate. What are the terms?
I think I know what he's
Yo,
saying. He's
that's
saying,
clarity.
I think he's saying that back in the day, he would just want it his way, like he could see the girls,
Hmm.
right? And but now he may be open depending on the circumstance. Like he's not as closed off as he was, and if he was to entertain that open relationship to his woman doing some of those things. I think he was trying to answer that question. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he was trying to say.
And that goes back to the point that I was saying. Remember at the beginning when you asked that question, Launch, it would require time, and I'd have to
Right.
see the growth. Like Notorious has changed 10 years later.
Hmm.
This is how it goes back to those conversations. Like, although this is a rare instance, but you see those people who were married, got a divorce, and remarried 10 years, 20 years later.
Hmm. Hmm.
Time, time, and growth. Let me see your vibration.
Mm. I see
Hey,
what you're saying.
Trav
Travis
says
says, as I got older, sleeping with multiple just seemed like nasty work.
that too.
Yo, Trav, I'm with you. I'm with you. You know, like understanding, like for me, the process of becoming scientifically literate, and you understand how germs and disease and then all that stuff, like man, like that stuff, like you got to take into consideration, like, and it's just like a lot of nasty people out there. Like it's like you
Mhm.
think that a woman looks good or has these looks, but is she a clean woman? What does it mean to be a clean woman? Does she willingly share her body? Because people lie. So, because women can come across just like men. You come across like, yeah, I'm into monogamy. That's what I want. But meanwhile, they have all these partners, and they just want to add you as another, notch to their belt. So, yeah, it's the STD factor and all of that stuff. It's yeah, it's nasty work.
It's a serious nasty work. I think. Well, listen, to wrap it up, um,
Notorious is
there
elevated.
was a story that I picked up earlier today, and I wanted to read it to you guys. Just to get your opinion on this, all right? Listen up. This lady in my office today found out that her husband passed away in a car accident, but he was in a different state and she had no idea. She was like, "My husband left for work this morning at 5:30 in the morning. I think you have the wrong number." That man was supposed to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, but he took a flight to Miami and didn't tell anyone. That lady was devastated and confused all at the same time. Take a wild guess who called her. The other woman. And tomorrow is their 20th wedding anniversary. If you were the wife, how would you handle this news? And
Where
oh no, not
the
Charlotte.
hell did you find this damn story, Lord?
Listen, I saw it in one of the
Yeah,
groups.
that's
I'm like, nah, I need to copy and paste this. We need to address this. This other
Yo. Ah. Oh shit. Well, good riddance.
Somebody said
Sucker.
that. Someone said that. Good
Yo.
riddance.
That's it. He going now.
but
So
you see the lengths a man has to go through to cheat in 2024. You got to have girls in other states. Like, and that I mean, like that's like I see that's the problem to me. Like now you spending a lot of extra money because now you gotta travel, you gotta get flights and all of that stuff, and maybe money's not an object to him, but the living like that to me just could cause you a lot of stress and a heart attack. Please, I don't want my wife to see no hickeys today. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
right.
Mm-mm. Not
That's a
yet.
fact.
Hey.
So Travis says, I want to see if y'all agree with me. Clean it up for the stream if you have to. I told a dude that multiple dudes sleeping with the same woman at the same time or back to back running a train is rainbow flag.
Oh, you talking about like two dudes, multiple dudes and one girl?
He said, um, trap.
Don't read it
He said,
again. I'm just asking. Is it
I
multiple
told the
dudes in one?
dude that multiple dudes sleeping with the same woman at the same time or
Okay,
back
I got
to
it. I got it.
back.
I got it. I got it. I got it. Yeah, I just was. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just, yeah, it's
Rainbow
nasty work.
Carrot.
Why am I laughing?
It's crazy.
Yo, I'm done.
Mm-mm.
I'm done.
Nah, that's a lot.
Yo, this was fun. This was fun, guys.
But
Mm.
look, but in the inverse, if it's the woman is going to be looked at like, oh yeah, she's this, that, and the third. But if the guy was to do it, oh, he's the man, he's the player. See, that's the double standards that exist in this society, and we already broke down on this pod last year. I keep referring to last year to let people know that this pod is not just a brand new pod. We
No,
just
it's
bringing it
not.
back, but men and women on a psychological level, not a biological level, because of course from the reproductive side we're different, right? But we talking about on a psychological level, men and women mostly think the same. There's slight differences, but it's mostly the same. So whatever a man's desires could be, the woman could have those same desires.
Mm.
So the outlook that a man is a player because he had two women, the whore because she had two men. Like,
Mhm.
Listen, man. That's
Unfair
them
double
people
standards.
preferences. Yeah, facts.
Blame patriarchy.
I blame each individual.
Hmm.
Think for yourself. Activate your mind.
That's a fact.
Yeah, individual thinking. Don't
that's
let
just
nobody tell
standard
you.
that I like to poke.
What you said,
Koron.
man? Yeah, his reception
Koron
is.
went through a tunnel.
Yeah, I think that's what it. Okay, yeah, yeah. We lost Karan. He'll be back soon. Travis says, okay, he's back.
If we have something that's when it's a double
Yeah.
standard. They choose whether it's a relationship, just relations, or pimping.
Did you catch what I said or no?
No,
Nah.
no, repeat it.
I don't even know what I said. I was just saying the double standards about if a woman is having sexual relations with two men, she's looked at as a thought or something like that.
Hmm. That's a fact. Double standards, man.
Koron?
Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
think,
I
yeah,
mean, I don't even know if that's a double standard for real. It's just like I said, everybody should think for themselves. Individual thinking needs to be more normalized, but
mhm,
we don't know why that, and I got my
He's
own show to come out with, but we don't know why that woman needs what she needs or does what she does or what childhood shit happened. We don't, excuse me, I can't say that, right? Mess up the algorithm.
you
But
good.
what stuff has happened to that woman that will cause her to like that thing, walk down that road? You don't just wake up and say, hey, I think I want two at the same time. Like, something
Mhm,
happened, that some exposure or something that makes you have to fulfill that part of yourself.
mhm,
Same thing for a man. Same thing as why he became a womanizer or whatever may have you.
mhm.
Again, we're going back to what Chris was leading to earlier. Childhood traumas, man.
Right.
And or it may not even be a trauma. Maybe they don't even view it that way. Hey, could be a whole lot of different stuff. Somebody turned you on a certain way and you like that. I
Right.
can see that also. But let's not judge each other for what we like or the things that we do because of something that's unhealed. Hold the mirror up and be your own thinker.
Mm, I like that.
Yeah,
Notorious.
I like that. I like anytime someone keeps it like the same and they
Yeah.
don't create the double standard. I rock with that.
Yeah.
Even if I don't agree with the stance, as
Mm,
long as you keep it equal, like the whole like what Notorious B was saying earlier about, oh, we should take each other back because that's our vows or something with the marriage and cheating, right? And as long as it goes both parties, that's good for y'all. If y'all both can agree on that, right? All
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is like same thing like if I got a son now, right? So a lot of men would be like if they found out their son was having sexual relations with an older woman, a lot of men would be like, oh yeah, that's my son, that's my, yeah, he's doing his thing, he's underage having sex with a woman that's older, right? But if that's their daughter doing it with an older man, the outlook is going to be, oh, that's nah, what are you doing? Don't be a thought, right?
Mm,
And that to me is adds to that toxicity too, because if the same outlook should be both ways. So your daughter, you the same outrage you have for your daughter is the same outrage you should have for your son, because ain't
Facts.
no one who's of age should be having sex with minors in the first place. So
Hmm.
so for us to excuse it for one gender and do it for and make it bad for the other, it's just to me, it's just not right. And we're gonna be challenging a lot of these double standards on this podcast. For
Yo,
sure.
kudos to Koron for that. I love that. Normalize a little bit more equality when it
mm,
comes to the respect of both genders.
right.
Yeah. What does Notorious mean with the topic he said? Y'all seen the cup example on cheating.
Yeah, what is that? Can you elaborate? And BG says, when a man cheats, he can still love his woman at home. In most cases, when a woman cheats, they are looking for that man's replacement and they fall in love with their
I'm
affair
sorry, I
partner.
shouldn't have laughed.
That ain't
You
true.
know, and that's the
I
funny
shouldn't have
thing because
laughed.
my friend and I, we were just talking about. You ever watched the show Pop the Balloon?
No.
Yes. That
Yes,
comes on
yes,
Facebook,
yes.
you and
Pop the
Yes.
Chris.
balloon.
Right.
Yes.
So me and her, we were like joking around with trying to start one about for polygamy, but it's with the concept or this demographic that we all know with this side with the man who got the main girl at home and got a side girl. A lot of the time, if that man is cheating, he has a main woman, is because he loves her for what he loves her for. And the other thing is, this other girl is not producing what this other woman had or what this other woman won't.
Hmm.
So he loves her for that too. And this is how we get the whole having your cake and eating it too. But with that being said, I would say that this woman can learn the main woman can learn how to get these houses in order, because she's clearly out of order, especially if she wants to keep him and try to provoke that she has what this other woman has, or is feeling insecure that she does not have this thing that this other woman has. We all have it. All you need
Hmm.
to do is figure it out. So hypothetically speaking, on our show, we would have her, they would get into a polygamous relationship or whatever, and then we'll do the wrap up and figure out, did you learn something, did you guys break up, did you uh, stay together, all of you. But in actuality, I really am interested to know, did you learn how to possess that quality that you don't have if this is your man?
Hmm.
Did Are you happy with that? I'm like, because I just want to know. That's a science project for me. But I'm saying, when you're saying the part about the woman cheats to replace that man, I don't necessarily think that either. I think they're doing the same thing. It's just she's more emotional about it. I think she.
Cherry, you're right. You're definitely right. I have an article I was going to put up on the screen because I thought I would have been home by now, but it talks about how a lot of, based on our social construct, of course, is based on a lot of male patriarchy, right? So the thing about it is, we have these standards of why a woman cheats and a man cheats, and we think that that's the holy grail, and it really isn't. Like a woman can do the if a man wants to get his rocks off, a woman could do the same. Like it's not a difference in that, right? And then we try to make it as though because of our religious views, our philosophical views, we think that makes it correct, right? But the real nature of things is humans do what they do in their societies. And if you go back in history, you're going to see that there are societies that are distinctly different from our society, and it doesn't make it what they were doing right over what we're doing just because they were doing it hundreds of thousands of years ago. That doesn't make
Mhm.
it right. It's just that in their environment, in their time, they did these things a certain way. In our environment, in our time, we're doing what we're doing now, and you can honestly see a change from the kind of the older stuff that we were doing traditionally and with the newer things that are being done today by the people today, whether you want to call them modern people, whatever you want to say. But it's changing right before our eyes because we have technology, we have social media, so how we date, how we converse, how we deal with each other, all that's changing a little faster than it did previous times. So, you know uh, to really hop on, double down on what Sherry was saying. Yeah, I completely disagree with that. Right, and I guess BG has to see, when he comes across a woman who may think like him, like it's not just one sided. That's all.
Hmm. Hmm.
That-
Yeah, like I've been in some conversations too, just to go a little bit further. Like, yo, there's some people who love people for whatever house is in order. Like, there's family men that's super loyal, and I'm not leaving you because she has my kids. There's some guys who will not leave because she has the best sex. Or there's some people who will not leave because she has the best sense of touch and affection. All of those different things. Women can do the same thing. I don't think it's highly exercised because women will probably more muffle it out a little bit more unless they're in tune. There's women who actually do act on that. There's a lot of women who act on that. And like it's a
Mhm.
secret. But just be open and honest about it. If that's how you feeling, like, listen, I don't feel like you're really giving me the affection that I'm looking for, that I desire.
Mhm.
And if you can't make that change towards that, then we need to do some recalibration here.
Mm.
right.
Because if it can't work for the relationship, that's a real discussion because it's something you need to have. It's a real thing. But anyway, um, Notorious goes on.
Yeah.
Another thing with BG, real quick, Ron, and I'm
Hmm.
about to walk to the house because I'm in the
Okay.
garage. But anyway, another thing about BG, right? And BG, and because all men, we all got friends like this. You have men who will have their wives at home, right? And then they got a girlfriend on the side. Now, this girlfriend they have on the side is a promiscuous woman most of the time. But this guy will treat this girl on the side like that's his wife too.
Mhm.
And this girl is entertaining all different types of men. And she may even be interested in one of his friends. And his friends cannot deal with that woman because that woman is his girl too. But she knows she's not exclusive to him, but because he's cheating for emotions and he's in love, the same way BG tried to make it seem like only a woman can do that or women do that, men do it too. Men men are just as emotional as women, man. I'm telling you. And it's just you can't deny it, BG. I'm pretty sure you've seen scenarios like that.
Hmm.
And I'm about to go inside the house.
He letting everybody know his movements.
Nah, that's good. That's cool. I mean,
He's too cute.
Wait, I mean, listen, there's a lot to go on that one piece. That's a whole subject right there. But
Mhm.
what when someone sticks a finger in the cup, he wouldn't drink it. Compare one to the. Oh, okay, okay,
I guess like he was talking about the one cup.
yeah.
Mhm.
I read the whole thing. But the first one that did it and wiped it off was the guy, and then when the woman stuck her finger in it, it was a woman.
Mhm.
Mm, I don't know what I think about that.
I only hang with people in relationships, married or working towards it. Why is
That's
that?
because that's healed.
Mm, okay.
It's not confusion.
Right.
I'm too old for that shit.
Right. Right.
At this point in my life, you know. But just really quick to even tap that part one more time because that's very
Mhm.
that is really how some people really look at these things. And I hate that it's a sexist kind of thing. But again, when we are talking about like houses being in order, the things that we have to pay attention to our resume and what we're attracted to and
Mhm.
why we're attracted to it. So again, if I got a main man and then I'm still searching for, a side man who's taking care, why
Mm.
exactly? That's self-reflection. A lot of people don't even know how to self-reflect and then take action towards desired self. You self-reflecting and then doing what?
Hmm.
What does self-reflection, that's another topic right there. What does self-reflection look like?
Right.
What do you do with that?
Yeah.
Like some people say, "Oh, I pray about it." You pray and do what?
And do what? Yeah.
What you talking about? I
Mm.
think that all has a lot to do with main and side, because I got plan A and then plan A. I don't
Mhm.
have plan A, plan B. What's your purpose? I don't even have that kind of money I want to spend on plan B.
Mm.
I think people take vows more serious. Wait, I done missed a whole lot. Hold on.
So I think that he was talking about just who he associates himself with.
Yeah.
Um, Married people or people that are working towards it.
No,
Um,
yeah.
I hang with people smarter than me, and with that relationship status, that's where my goals are. I see what you're saying.
Right.
BG says you all definitely bring up good points. I agree. The reality is we are animals and we may cheat for a variety of reasons.
Mm.
Factual. That's a fact.
Women having a side man is worse. What's IMO mean?
In my opinion,
Uh,
why, Trav? Like, why is it
Why
worse?
is it worse? What the heck? It's the same.
It
It's the
really is the
same.
same, man.
Both of y'all are confused. I mean, hey, I definitely am with Notorious. Like, listen, I'm only going in the direction of what I desire. If I desire to
Yeah,
have kids, I'm only associating with people who also want to have kids. I'm not going to be with somebody who don't want to have kids, because then we just going to create confusion for each other.
right.
What we doing here?
That's
I'm
interesting.
looking at you, you looking at me.
He's got a point. Didn't Jay-Z do a song about that? Self-reflection sounds like what you are describing. If you meet a partner that is the majority of what you are looking for, then there's no point in looking around. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Didn't Jay-Z do a song about so turned on that she had to shout, yo, facts. Yo, that's my favorite thing to do is meet the parents.
Mm,
Got to.
yeah, absolutely. Hmm,
I don't like that you're a loner. No.
right,
What? You don't have no friends? No, red flag.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know the upbringing, get to know the person's circle,
All of that.
who they hang around, who are their
How?
friends, and that will inform you of who they are.
Yes. Think how the song played out. He's touching on that. Papers. Yeah, that's a fact. Because women having sex is the ultimate submission. She's submitting to multiple men. Plus, y'all will carry more bacteria and nastiness in y'all vajayjay
Oh Lord,
than we would on our thingies. What?
wait,
Trav,
hold
come on
up,
now.
Trav.
Come on, Trav. We've been
Wait a
rocking,
minute.
Trav. What's going on, Trav? Trav, you know, we are receivers, and that I understand to some degree what you're talking about, but we receive. I have a house for receiving.
I am done. Thank
Vaginy.
you. I do like Trav, you're really like cracking me up tonight. And thank you
Yo,
for keeping it PG, even
yo.
though we are talking about, more of a TVMA topic list.
Yo.
Keep it aesthetic for Facebook.
What is this whole thing about submission? People are obsessed with the submission.
Right.
Yes, I stay single.
Especially with like women, you know,
Yeah.
oh, women submitting to their man. A woman must submit to their man, and what qualifies, the right man to submit to those conversations.
Yeah. Like, listen, anyone can submit. Okay, anyone can submit. I don't think that is like a gender thing. It's more of when you're being masculine and feminine. Everybody has the ability. That's why we are all. Everything is binary. Everything in the world. So it's okay. I'm not trying to claim non-binary or none of that other stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we have the ability to submit to each other.
Right.
Um, BG is onto something here. He said, my personal point of view is I stay single and date casually until I find a good partner. You're not cheating if you're not in a relationship, but lying by omission, even while dating, is cheating.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. No.
As long as you're being open with that person, BG, and indicating that, you know what? Love you. Hi, baby.
Mhm. Oh.
As long as you are, he walks in like with this big smile on his face.
Kool-Aid.
Oh my gosh. That's
I
when you know
mean,
like your man is happy
Travis,
at
Travis,
home.
you got some points there, but like holistically, no. A woman having sex with a man is the ultimate submission. Why not you as well? So you have no value? I don't
Conversation is
understand,
getting
Travis. Travis,
conversation is getting
yeah, because
risque.
essentially what you're saying, Travis, is that the woman holds all the power. And yes, I can say yes or no if you wanna if I wanna have sex with you, right? But I am not the only person of value here. You should also value yourself. So it's also we're submitting to each other that we're going to do this act together. And then the second part of it is just like, okay, all right, yeah. We can wear condoms. So now what? I'm just playing devil's advocate, but at the same
Right.
rate, it's just like both have are tangoing. Cheating is only for married people. If you dating, it's not cheating. I didn't say that if you're dating is not cheating. I'm simply saying the lying by omission part. Like just be transparent from the gate. What's the point of hiding a part of yourself until some later date? Just, keep it 100 from the jump. Women do hold all the power when it comes to sex. I don't think we hold all of it because if you are really using yourself, you can I've seen some of the ugliest, dirtiest, nastiest guys charm women out of their underwear. So men hold
Right.
power also.
Hiding what exactly? Going back
um
to the previous point, just hiding your
Anything.
whereabouts and
I
anything
know
from
I've
that
met a man
person.
who told me he didn't tell me until date 3 that he had 5 children. And that was
Oh
only
my
because I
god.
asked. I asked him. If I never asked him, he would never have told. And that was the end of that date.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, but people lie a lot about lots of things. Just
Yeah.
period.
I mean, just be open. And then you have those type of men who like to have women in the balance. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting
Hmm.
in the wings. So they'll, have their buffet option of women, and each woman would literally be thinking that we're taking steps closer and closer to commitment. But no, like this man is literally, slinging it over there, northwest, south, east. You know what I mean? And he's not being honest that he is, in fact, dating multiple women at the same time. BG.
For real. Come on now. BG is definitely taking his spouse back after after he cheated on what? With these questions he's asking, come on now. You cannot drop everything on the jump. If you're going back home with a girl, then hopefully she knows some of these important things. If she knows how to ask the right questions. There are
Right.
some people who don't know how to ask questions, the right ones.
But
But also too, like, it's not that you're dropping everything on the first date or whatever. It's just you you okay, come on, BG. Come on. See, right now you lying by omission. Just with these questions, right? Because it's like when you are going on a date and you find an interest in this person and they may have a lot of the markers that you like. What would keep you from saying something that you think that they don't like is exactly the point of lying by omission. A lot of those times, some people are not secure with themselves to say, hey, well, I have this thing, and just put it out there and see if they like it or not, or if they're going to go for it. Some people
Mhm.
just don't want to say that. Nobody wants to say, yo, I got 5 kids, 5 baby mamas up front.
Mm.
No, who?
Who
I
would
know
want
women
to?
who lie by omission too. They not telling you that on date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna be in because they want you to be in because they want to show you the other qualities that they think that they have, and then
Right.
everything comes falling down when that comes out.
I mean,
if
should
it
you
wasn't that good.
disclose on the first date all of that information? At what
If you
point is
ask
like,
me,
yeah,
if you ask me, I'm I mean, not if you ask me. If that question is asked, I feel like you should tell. However, on the first date, I don't know that you got 5 kids or something that's super like out of the norm. Yeah.
I hope you guys know y'all just created another topic for a future show. I'm
Yeah.
writing
This
that
this
down.
is mad
okay,
topics.
please do, please do.
First
Topics
date,
always used to
first
come up.
date. What to
Remember,
discuss
Jerry?
on the first date?
First date, man. Another question. Do y'all think it's kind of grapey
What does
to
that mean?
I don't know. Oh,
You
I
from-
that he has to say grapey for the algorithm. To have
Oh,
sex
okay.
with someone if you're lying about the situation together. Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yo, I'm done. I'm done.
hold on, hold on.
Yes.
There's a couple of things I wanted to touch on. The chat is lit on YouTube. Salute to the YouTube people for rocking out on Koron Pierre
Yeah,
YouTube.
for
Um,
sure.
first off, there was a comment from I think it was BG.
Hmm.
For Trav with the whole submission thing, I think y'all dealt with that. I don't really have to jump on the Trav submission thing. But the BG said that you're not going to drop everything from the jump. Basically, trying to say that if you're dating someone, you can't cheat on someone you're dating. That's a fact. Like I had this philosophy called the 3 relationship phases. You start out dating. That's before you commit. When you commit, that's when you go to the boyfriend girlfriend stage, and then you get married, engaged and married. Right. That's the goal. Right. So if you're just meeting someone, of course you're not going to give up all your options. But I did have something that a lot of people who used to come on the panel they always used to sigh. I used to always say that you should wait a while before you get intimate with a person, at least 4 to 6 months. And there was a standards of things that should be done. I'm gonna keep
I remember
2024.
that.
I'm gonna
Yep.
keep banging home the drum. So, seeing people doesn't mean that you should be having, at least in my view, relations with these people. Especially if you're trying to find love and that's your goal. If you just want to play around and have fun, that's fine. But let the people that are serious about commitment get together. And you people who want to do what's the dating app that people hook up on?
Tinder and stuff.
Tinder.
Yeah, if you want to do the Tinder thing where you just trying to get some, you want to go out have some good drinks and have a good time, and then you want some, go on Tinder. You know what I'm saying? But like the people who are really trying to connect
Yeah.
and find someone to deal with, that's what I would say. You just know what your goal is. So, but that first day stuff, I think that's a show. I'm not even gonna weigh in on that. That first day stuff is definitely a show. We're gonna do that in
I'm
the
not
future.
saying a first date, but definitely within the first couple of dates. I'm not going. Don't let me find out something drastic a month in. Cause what?
Right.
Well, yeah, yeah. I agree. But we definitely gonna do a show on that.
I
Definitely
Yo.
gonna
love
do a show
it.
on that.
Definitely next week.
But Trav,
Maybe
yo,
next
you
week.
got
We'll see.
some crazy questions, man. Like,
I
yeah,
know.
that's
I
good.
really like. I like Travis's questions. I'm trying not to laugh too hysterical because it's Facebook, but I have to. I have to like highlight this.
Yo, for real.
But Trav, let me say something, Trav. I don't think that is. Because you gotta. It's cool to joke but a woman who is held against her will, like and forced to do something like that, you can't compare the two because those are two extremes, right? So one is physical assault in most cases, right? Some sort of threats where a woman doesn't have a choice. If you lie to someone, yeah, they don't know the truth, but it's not like you held them down against their will. That whole process that goes along with that's a little like too intense, I think, to even make that comparison. I wouldn't even do it. But I do get the logic on what you're trying to say. I do. It is definitely
I
a
think it's
level of
more
deception to it.
creepy. More creepy.
Right. Right. Definitely.
Like, yeah, what?
Definitely.
Why did
De-
you go to that extent for that? What?
Right.
Get a life.
I mean, but there are people that do that, and there are women who would literally call that predatorial as well.
I mean,
Yeah. That's
to
true.
some degree, I could see both, right? Like if I was a judge, I would have to see both ways of thinking. But I don't think there's too much mixed in with that. That's just too much confusion. Like, why? And like the girl who says yes, why would you even like? There's so much. Why? How? Why do you believe that? Why would you believe that he's saying that he loves you? What has he done to show you?
Right.
That's weird.
But there are those men who love bomb, and there are those women who don't really, they don't have the tools or the know-how or the experience to discern the difference between, a man showcasing genuine love versus just trying to woo you off your feet for their own vindictive,
This is
purpose.
another sign for me because I've been debating on starting my young girl mentorship program because
Mhm.
what? And we come, there's too much like single parent households that you're not being told the things that you need to be told for life.
Mm.
Why would a love bomb get you? That you missed a beat. You missed life skills. Like
Mm.
I think you
I think you should. I think you should.
definitely
There's more mentorship that's needed in a lot of areas,
a
and I
lot.
think that area definitely needs a lot of direction. So I think that you should. I think that is a good idea. If you ask me.
Yeah, definitely. BG said, I think if you say that on date one, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. I think you need to be upfront about everything that could be a deal breaker before you get down. I mean, well, that's basically pretty much it. But don't get past date a month one, and and and
Right.
and don't. That's crazy.
Salute to BG though. He said thanks for setting up this chat. Great discussion I've seen thus far. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this every Thursday night, so definitely on time, 10:30, a little bit earlier, and then we're gonna have these great conversations each and every week. We had a lot of plans. A lot of plans are being launched. This is Launch Pro is the executive producer, so she's definitely hard at work. And but next week for sure we're gonna start on time. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
And what I
Hmm.
honestly love about, like our vibe with the Mature Topics podcast is like we literally become a family. So you
Facts.
are a part of a movement. You are a part of a micro community here. Even if it gets expansive and we continue to grow, there's still gonna be like this community fostering that we're hosting, where you can weigh in on different topics that affect your life and gain feedback amongst your peers. So
Yeah.
that's the overall goal.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
Trav, this last comment, I would hate for you to be a judge and have this as a real thought process.
So
Scary. Scary. Like,
he's
yeah,
so
I can
dope.
understand the vibe, right? But like, whoa.
Remember Sherry,
Yeah.
y'all got on me last year when I mean 2 years ago when I was like how they should give summonses, well I think it was ghosting or something like that.
Yo, yeah.
And y'all was like, nah, you wildin'. I'm like,
Yo,
but you see,
God, some people,
my
you don't,
logic is people
everybody
respect
doesn't
the law.
deserve. Sorry, say that
You know,
again.
they respect the law. They ain't trying to get no summons, so they going. I mean, that was his. I know it's crazy example. But I'm just saying, like, Trav. To give Trav because I see what he was trying to do, but I just think
Hmm.
that it's too extreme of an example. Like
Yeah.
it's just like what I'm saying. Like that's just you could say it's like a con artist, like someone taking your money from you or getting you to buy something, right? I think that's the better comparison if you ask me. But
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, too, because I had thought about it from this perspective. Like, if I had a son and some girl is trying to say that, like, honey, where was you? Where was your thought? Where was your mind? Don't be trying to blame my son for all of that. Hey, what?
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Oh
If you
man.
don't want to put that jacket on nobody.
Heck no, no, no. I'll be
That's a
scared.
fact.
These people are crazy in the world, man. Make sure you just do your work. Go and reflect. Goodness, and
Right.
do something about that. But yeah, even that ghosting, yo, I can't even believe when you said that, Koron, because I'm like, listen, everybody don't need a damn explanation. If you deserve to get ghosted, you just damn right deserve to get ghosted.
Hey, yo, Sherry, you know what? I
What?
actually had to ghost somebody on a friend level.
Oh my God. Don't
I
even
ain't gonna
get
get to the
into that.
detail.
Shari.
I'm not
Listen,
gonna get to the
I'm
detail.
gonna just say this. I'm gonna just say this. I told Koron out the gate, I was like, "You didn't give this man your number, right?" Yes, I did. I said, "Why? Why?" I'm telling you, I'm telling you, he gonna find us. He gonna stalk us. He gonna be outside in the lawn,
What?
like peering
Oh
through
my
our
god.
window. Like seriously, because Karan could be very friendly. And it
Not, I
just
mean,
feels like to me, I just feel as though like he has, he has the street smarts and
hmm
that grit, but at the same time, like the discernment of like who needs mental help and who does
yo,
not necessarily.
yo, please make that a topic of discussion because a lot of times people take my friendliness as flirting is all wrong. It's way like what? Do
Mm,
you know that I don't like you, sir? Or it's even happened to women, to
you're
me.
too kind. You're too
Like,
kind.
honey, I'm just being me. Please don't get it misconstrued.
I cannot.
Like I'm so
Mm.
sick, because then that's when I gotta really check you right there. Because once I actually see, oh shit, it wasn't really what I thought it was. I gotta say something.
Right.
I gotta
Yeah.
correct it right on the spot. I don't need to ghost you because you are actually a good person. I think that I gave off the wrong energy and you took something the wrong way. So let me just correct it so that we can go on and carry on the way that we were right now. I just got to get it right now. Like,
Yeah.
let's
I'm
not destroy a good thing.
I'm riding with you, Sherry, on that. Even though I did have to go somebody. It's a crazy story. I don't want to talk about it, but I will say this. I will say this.
Good night, BB.
Good
uh,
night.
salute to BG, man. Definitely. Hopefully, see you next week.
Yes.
We do have to. The goal of this podcast, right? At least one of the goals that I have, if Launch Pro allows me to have it, being that she is the executive producer. One of the goals that I have is I want to try to come with a real standard for our society. And that's why some of the topics we talk about is like, what do you do? Because I want us to try to get closer to a common ground because I feel like there's a lot of ratchetness out there.
Hmm.
And people and because we have what we feel is a free society in terms of you can be what you want to be and free enterprise and things of that nature. But I do think that we need a standard, a moral standard that is kind of like universal too. Like, so
I'm
I don't
all
have to
for
join
it.
your religion to believe, So
Right.
Right.
that's one of the goals that I have for the pod.
Mm. Mm. You know, that's interesting. I think it's just mostly interesting because of the word standard and morals.
Right?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, I'm with you. However you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, one show at a time. That's why this podcast is the podcast that never ends. So
Yeah.
it's gonna, like the topics just flow. Like we do one pod, we get three more topics. Like that is
Literally.
the thing. So
Oh,
that's just what it is.
Yo, and then we be like when you guys had the podcast before, you I literally had to just what you call it? Hit the end button.
no, we
Right.
would go on for 3 hours straight. Like that was
Yo.
intense.
Yo, those were the days. That was very, very good. But
Right?
I'm with that. I'm with the whole, moral standard that we can all at least have a
Common
vibration.
ground. Yes.
Yeah, a vibration that we can get on for understanding and then take away,
Right.
which is cool. Because I don't think that there's like a steady stream that we can stay in, but we can come to some vibration, understand, and then put it into our moral code to walk away and use it.
Right.
So long as there's some application to it, that's everything.
Right.
Really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was my thing, like with philosophy class, like universals. Like, so I'm always trying to find like the objective truth, so to speak, for lack of better terms. So what could we all do and it won't be like wrong? Like I can't even think of an example, but bottom line is that's the goal.
Be a self thinker, an individual thinker. That's what we can all do. Stop blending in with the stereotype and the status quo and all that BS. That's
Mm.
Travis, funny. He said, "Yeah, I might as well give up on
I
that."
yeah, I read that and I laughed. I had a little chuckle. Oh shoot. Come on, Travis. Travis, you are a free thinker. Cause these things you putting out here, man.
Hopefully, Trav is on next week, man. We need Trav on the panel, man.
I'm
Yo,
telling you.
come on,
I'm
Trav.
telling you.
Next Thursday, Trav, make yourself available, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, Launch Pro, anything else?
This
You the
was
boss.
great. This was great. This was a great show.
Yeah.
I'm glad that everybody, had the opportunity to come in and weigh in on the vibe, on the conversation. We'll be having these on a weekly basis, as I've said before.
When will you drop the topics?
So, and that's the thing. So, I'm thinking that what we're going to do moving forward is possibly either Wednesday night or Thursday morning, like the
No,
topics.
we gotta do it before that. It'll be before that.
Like
Okay.
when?
Um, so we got a list of topics. It's just a matter of choosing, from our list which we want to do, because we'll also cover like current topics too. So we want to leave it open enough where we might have a topic like tonight, where it's should you take a woman back who cheats, or what was the first topic? A man doesn't cheat, is he weak, or something like that.
Yes.
So we'll have one main topic like that, and then the other topics we can add in on, like especially if something like breaking happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also want to try to stay with the current events. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll try to get the topics probably earlier in the week, like maybe by Monday. So that way, because we also want to put the promotional flyers out too. So
That's a fact. That's a fact. You're right.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
I'm excited. This is cool. I didn't think
Sounds
I was staying
good.
for me to try to catch a flight later today.
Oh my God, girl. Listen, it's time for bed.
Yo, for real. This was real good, y'all. Thank you guys for inviting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for just coming back in.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks,
You the real
Chad.
MVP.
I'm
Yo,
telling
y'all
you.
are MVPs. I'm
Make
just
sure
here to
to invite
enjoy
Meek
myself.
too. We gotta have Meek. Like, oh my God.
Yo, for real, man. We actually have to have a meetups, like a meetup, real
Yes.
panel, a panel live.
Yes. Yes. I would love to. Honestly, like that is the goal.
That is
That is
it.
the goal.
All
And there's
right.
a couple of places that we could actually host it at too.
Yeah, you know Peer Space?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peer Space has some really amazing spots.
Really.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
Keep
But
that
yeah.
in mind. All right. Well, let's close it out, man. I'll toss the mic to you, Koron.
No, you have to listen. This is your show, man.
Oh, this is
I'm
this
just
is
a
actually
humble guest.
I'm done. I thought he's just
I'm
yawning.
just a humble guest. I'm not
I
even on camera.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to our first soft launch of Mature Topics Podcast. Make sure to catch us live next week at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join the conversation and weigh in with your opinions on the hottest topics out there. Until next time, stay blessed.
Mhm.